A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a stark warning issued today, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has laid out a challenging path for UK Chancellor Rachel Reeves, urging her to consider significant tax hikes, the scrapping of the triple lock on pensions, or the introduction of charges for National Health Service, NHS, services. This recommendation comes as the UK grapples with soaring debt levels, rising borrowing costs, and sluggish economic growth, issues exacerbated by an aging population and a growing pensions bill. The IMF's latest report emphasizes that Reeves and her successors face a daunting choice. Either increase taxes on working households, cut essential welfare programs like the triple lock, or begin charging patients for NHS services, which have traditionally been free at the point of use. The IMF stated, unless the authorities revisit their commitment not to increase taxes on working people, further spending prioritization will be required to align better the scope of public services with available resources. The pressure is mounting on the Chancellor as Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds criticized calls from Labour backbenchers for a wealth tax in the upcoming autumn budget, labeling such proposals as daft. He expressed skepticism about the feasibility of taxing wealth that is not liquid, such as fine art or vintage wines. The IMF has also suggested that the government should consider replacing the pensions triple lock with a system that indexes state pensions to the cost of living, allowing for a more sustainable approach to pension funding. Additionally, the report proposes that access to public services could be more closely tied to an individual's income, with higher-income households potentially facing charges for services like healthcare while protecting the most vulnerable. The IMF's economic update, which was prepared on July 1st but only made public recently, acknowledged the government's previous attempts at welfare reform. However, since the report's writing, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has faced backlash from his own party, leading to a dilution of proposed reforms aimed at addressing the rising costs of disability benefits. This reversal has created a £5 billion gap in the government's budget. The IMF emphasized that such reforms are crucial to preventing further deterioration of public finances. The agency cautioned that Reeves must adhere to stringent fiscal plans to avoid potential disaster in the event of an economic downturn or spikes in interest rates. Political pressures from MPs advocating for increased spending could further jeopardize the stability of public finances. The IMF's report also highlighted the challenges associated with planning reforms to stimulate house building, noting that failure to unleash a building boom could stifle economic growth. The economists predict a modest growth rate of just 1.2% for the current year and 1.4% for 2026, while warning of the looming threat of stagflation, a situation characterized by rising prices coupled with stagnant economic growth. Despite the grim outlook, Chancellor Reeves has maintained that the IMF's findings support her plans for economic recovery. She stated, "Our fiscal rules allow us to confront those challenges by investing in Britain's renewal. We're committing billions of pounds into improving transport connections, providing record funding for affordable homes, as well as backing major projects like Sizewell C to drive economic growth. There's more to do, and that's why we're slashing unnecessary red tape and unblocking investment to let British businesses thrive and put more money in working people's pockets." In response to the IMF's report, Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride criticized Reeves, claiming that she has already manipulated her fiscal targets to enable additional borrowing. He warned that changing the fiscal rules again could undermine market confidence at a time when the Chancellor's credibility is already in question. As the UK navigates these complex economic challenges, the IMF's recommendations serve as a crucial reminder of the difficult decisions that lie ahead for the government, particularly in balancing the need for fiscal responsibility with the demands of an electorate facing rising costs and economic uncertainty. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.